everybody. So February marks a very special month for a plethora of reasons, but February, sometime, I don't remember when, marks 3 years since I adopted this little guy, who never wants to cooperate, but he's going to be in this video anyway. So, if you guys don't know, this is Rufus, and Rufus is a chinchilla. Come on, buddy. There you are. See? Chinchillas are small rodents who are native to the Andes. And unlike most small rodents, they can live a very long time. So when I adopted Rufus, I was told that he could live to be 20 years old. Which is like, whoa, okay, cool. I adopted Rufus from a coworker of mine whose wife recently had, at the time, a newborn baby. And apparently, babies and chinchillas do not mix. And so, after my coworker had had him for 8 years, it was time to rehome him. And I kind of hemmed and hawed on it for a bit, like, do I want a pet? What am I gonna do? I've never had a rodent like this before. You know, I had a hamster once when I was in college, but I had to rehome him. And I decided to bite the bullet and bring him home with me. So me and my friend Rebecca piled in my dad's Scion XB and drove down to my coworker's house and picked him up. And he gave me all the supplies. He had like cage and the dust bath and all that stuff. And lo, I was a pet owner again for the first time in a very long time. So Rufus, what I'm told, is a little special. Not many chinchillas have coats quite like this. Most chinchillas, I'll put a picture up in the corner, that corner over there. Most chinchillas have a gray coat. And Rufus, as you can see, except on his tum-tum, is a pretty dark black, which is unusual. Whoop, there he goes. There he goes. No, there you don't go. You stay here. So, okay, hiding my hair. You can do that. That's all right, buddy. So, like I said, when I first adopted Rufus, that was so I first adopted Rufus in, no, come here, buddy, stay. It was 2014 when I brought him home. And he was 8 years old at the time. So Rufus is probably somewhere between 11 and 13 years old. Which is kind of wild, right? I've got like a teenage chinchilla. But when I first brought him home, I had no idea how chinchillas worked. And I did a ton of research to make sure that I would get him to be the best and healthiest chinchilla that I could get. So I read that you're basically supposed to let chinchillas out for exercise. They like to have a space that they can run around in. And unfortunately, most of the people that I read their stories like, we have a whole room in the house dedicated that we could block it off for them. And I don't have that because I live in an apartment. So I bought one of those playpens for him to run around in, and he loves it. Usually when I'm not in the room, he'll just go out, go bop, 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 and then jump back in. The other thing about chinchillas, hey, no, nuh-uh, you stay here. Other thing about chinchillas is that they are very good jumpers. They can get some serious altitude if they're jumping off things. And I did not know that at first. And one day, I left the cage open so that Rufus could go run around in his playpen. Go look in the playpen. He's not in the playpen. Little guy took off, jumped over the playpen, and decided that he was going to take up residency under my refrigerator. Yeah, you did that, remember? Yeah, you did. Silly butt. What is that? Is that my hair or is that your hair? I can't tell. It's mine. So I had to I luckily had some friends over that night. And we managed to pull the refrigerator out from behind the wall. And I managed to grab him. because for a long time he was not very happy with me holding him. He's still not super happy about it, but he can deal. Especially if I'm, doing one of these guys, just kind of like petting him. I need to calm boy. So that was that one time I was watching Pokemon Black and White, and there was an episode about Minccino. And Minccino in the anime is a very, very charming little creature. Like, literally, he uses charm on, like, I think it's Ash's Snivy, and just the whole thing is ridiculous. And I was so taken, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll let Rufus out to run around. And he did. And he hid under my sofa. I couldn't get him out for like 2 hours. That was not fun. But I've since gotten some new furniture. It's harder for him to hide under things. And I keep a better eye on him. I can't leave him alone unless there's like a cover on the cage. Let's see. What are some other not so fun Rufus stories? Oh, okay, one time. This one's kind of graphic, so, you might want to skip ahead. I was trying to pick him up out of the cage, and he slipped through my hands, and I was still holding on to the tippy tip of his tail. Whoop. And it just went pop! And the tip of his tail came off. Like, and it was horrifying. It was absolutely horrifying. I had to scramble. Do you guys know how hard it is to find a veterinarian? Try finding a veterinarian that specializes in exotics at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night on a weekday. It was... See, there we go. Come on, back down. It was not good. It was not easy. Luckily, there was one guy who was open till 6:30. Took a look at him and said, he's fine. Just keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't, like, gnaw it off. So I did, and he didn't. And he was fine. I don't know. There are times where I would rather have more pets in my life. There are times where I would rather have, a dog or something big. But most of the time, I am perfectly fine with my little chinchilla here. He's a good boy. So, if you guys have any questions about chinchillas, I can either try to answer them myself or point you in the direction of some resources. Chinchillas are animals that I would recommend you not get from PetSmart, but you try to find like a reputable owner, breeder, rescue. Specifically rescue if you can. But they make great pets, especially if you get them from a young age. If you get little baby chinchillas and they can kind of grow with you, and they're pretty good. If you liked what you saw, leave a little paws up for Mr. Fuzz here. Or, I'm sorry, his proper name, Admiral Rufus Q. Fuzzbutt IV. And hopefully we'll be seeing him a little bit more in some future videos. But I just wanted to give a shout out to my little Fuzzbutt on his 3rd adoptiversary. Hope you guys have a great day. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you've got a pet, go give it a hug for me. If you liked what you saw, leave a like or a comment, and for even more, hit that subscribe button. If you really like what you saw, hit the little bell by the subscribe button so you know when I upload. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.